First up, a shocking incident about two students receiving serious injuries when stones were pelted at their school bus. The incident took place at Zabura area of Shopian. One of the students is reported to be grievously injured and has been admitted to the hospital. Now, the SSP Shopian has informed India Today that the police has already taken cognizance of the incident. They have registered a case. Further investigation is being conducted. But I'm going to go straight across, to Shuja Al-Haq for more details and updates. Shuja, tell us what exactly happened, what prompted this incident, and why did the bus came under attack?
Well, yes, Avantika, that's something that we are still, trying to get clarity on. What really was the issue and why stone pelting started in this area? Because so far as the situation is concerned, there was no call of a protest or a bandh or anything like that given out by anyone today. So it has to be understood, what exactly happened there. But from what we can gather, from official sources, it has been said that some miscreants assembled and suddenly started pelting stones while this bus was passing through this area. And it got caught into this stone pelting, and it was very scary for the students. Most of these students are very, youngsters. Some of them are really minors, and two of them, in fact, have received, serious injuries. In which one, in fact, has been shifted to the, tertiary care hospital in Srinagar. So overall, a very grim picture, at this point of time.
Shuja, the trend of people emerging from their houses or villages and engaging the armed forces with stones has been reported earlier, has been seen earlier, but never before have stone pelters targeted a school bus, and that to innocent children. What does the state government has to say? What is the Chief Minister doing? Has there been any reactions?
Exactly. I mean, that's the point that we've been trying to make. I mean, we've seen various kinds of incidents happening in the valley, clashes, protests, but never really have innocent children been targeted like this. That's the reason why when we spoke to the police officials, they're saying that they're investigating this matter, conducting a probe, identifying these miscreants, and then perhaps would be able to establish the entire reason why this incident took place.
Right. So tell me something. What does the police have to say? Have they been able to arrest any of those people who were seen pelting stones at that bus? And how many students were there inside that bus, Shuja? Do we have more details about which school do these students belong to? Have you heard from the administration of that school, the principal of that school? Were there any teachers accompanying those students?
Yes, we tried to speak to various, quarters in this particular case. But since this incident is just
Kindly stay on with me, Shuja. M.M. Khajuria, who's the former DGP, is joining us right now on the broadcast. Sir, we have this the news that has just come in about how this bus has been attacked. Two young students have sustained serious injuries. But isn't it shocking that now stone pelters are even attacking young students for no fault of theirs?
Well, it's the whole episode, the whole entire thing that has been happening for the last 25 years is shocking because we have been mishandling the whole situation. The stone pelting is no more considered a crime, and the manner in which the government has been generously letting them off without even making the distinction between the people who are hardcore and people who are not. That is bound to create some kind of a tamasha, and their idea is to frighten the other students so that they do not oppose their.
Are you suggesting then, sir, that this is just an act of their desperation? Because in the past the trend has been that crowds or people they engage the armed forces with stones, with slogans. They put a lot of pressure in order to relieve the militants. But has it been seen before that young students or buses like this have come under attack?
No, you see, the situation is that the people are got fed up with all the tamasha that's going around, and their life has become miserable. So there are voices being raised within this community, within this society against these anti-national activities to sort of suppress those voices and send a message that no kind of opposition will be tolerated. I believe this is what we have resorted to.
All right, Mr. M.M. Khajuria, thank you so much for your time. Shuja, a few days back, Omar Abdullah had put out that tweet lashing out at the separatists, questioning their silence when civilians lose their lives due to militancy, when innocent people are killed by terrorists. And now, we don't have a situation where, unfortunately, children have not been harmed in the most grievous way. They have, however, sustained injuries. But this is absolutely an eye-opener on really the unrest that exists in the valley and the desperation and the levels to which people will go to.
Well, yes, certainly this is an eye-opener to the reality on the ground. Though, like I was pointing out, we don't really know the details of what triggered this entire incident. But yes, since innocent children have been targeted, there's a lot of criticism pouring in. Like you just mentioned, Omar Abdullah tweeted. There are others also who are speaking the same language, saying that why innocent children should be targeted, school-going students should be targeted like this.
Right.
That's something that will definitely need to be answered by those who are behind this act. But for that, first the police will have to identify and figure out.
Just kindly stay on
exactly
with me. Arisan Singh is also joining us on the broadcast right now, who was with the Raw. Sir, your reactions to this bit of news: innocent young children coming under attack, stone pelters targeting their school bus. Two of the kids, in fact, have sustained very serious injuries.
No, I suppose, this is because of the angst that some people from the so-called privileged classes are not joining the gang of stone pelters. So this kind of chasm is bound to develop, because there are always people who feel that they are making all the sacrifices, but some people are more interested in with education and other modern trappings. So I suppose this is the feeling which is growing amongst the militants and the jihadis, and ideologically also they are on the losing side. With so much happening in Saudi Arabia, which is the fountain of Wahhabi Islam. The entire Wahhabi narrative is in confusion in the valley, and therefore I suppose there must be some lack of recruits, or lack of the level of desired indoctrination that has pushed these people into stone pelting of tourists and school children.
But sir, how can this be checked? Because this is a very disturbing trend. We have seen in the past how locals have engaged with the armed forces to shield the militants, but never have innocent children been targeted. And obviously this is an act of desperation to prevent them from joining mainstream. How do you foresee that this trend can be stopped, or at least the state government can do something about it?
No, I'm afraid the state government cannot do anything.
Okay.
Because it is my firm conviction that most of these mainstream politicians, they have their linkages somewhere else, and they owe their position not to the moderate elements, but to the elements which believe in radical Islam.
Okay.
So I don't expect that from but I suppose, and you may again accuse me of talking about religion,
right,
etc. But we have to change the religious narrative, and for that we need very many scholarly people who can take that radical.
Sure, Mr. Arisan Singh, thank you so much for making your point, and thank you for joining us. And Shuja, thanks to you as well. There's some breaking news that has just come in.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.